Hello everybody and welcome to DC Fine Art. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Art Graf tailor-shaped pigment blocks. And in this review, I'm going to first go ahead and try out these colors for you guys. I'm going to make a swatch down on a piece of mixed media paper. Then I'm going to go ahead and show you what I actually created using these pigment blocks, but in a mixed media piece. So I am throwing in a couple other things in there just to have some fun with them. But after I get through with showing you guys the speed painting, I'll let you guys know if I had totally a blast with these or if there's anything that I found that I struggled with. I'll let you know at the end of this video. So let's go ahead, turn this around, and let's get started with our review. All right, so here is my sets that I have. Now I do have these opened already because I have done a speed painting using these colors. But I have two sets in front of me. There is another set of these colors and like this little set right here, but it's like, I think the ones I'm missing is like the graphite one and the white one. I don't have the white one. I wish I did, but I do not have that. These colors in this smaller set here is the magenta, yellow, and blue, which is basically like red, yellow, and blue. Got more of a primary color set. Now these are made out of it says here Portuguese pencil factory, so it's in Portugal. These were where they were made from. Now I did go on their site, Art Graf's site, and for me, they told me that I basically couldn't order off that site, like there was no shipping to the US. Now I don't know if it's just that site that did that. I'm not for sure, but I did get these off of or at least some of them I got off of Amazon, and the other one is Blix, so you can get them from either one. I will list in the description below underneath my Amazon affiliate links the Art Graf links to both of these sets. But yeah, this set here is more the earth tone set. This is a super nice set. I love, 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 love these colors. I'm gonna try turning them around, but you got sanguine, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You got ochre, you got sepia, you got brown, dark brown, and black carbon in this set. Now, if you're wondering if these are light fast, they say that they are highly pigmented colors. They are light fast. They are very, very highly pigmented colors. Also, these here, let me go ahead and open this one here. I had to cut open. It was literally stuck in there. I like this cork that they put them in because the cork absorbs any water. So that way it doesn't make too much of like a mess or anything. And then these are really easy to get out. So if you're wanting to get them out, it just comes right out. So there's a lot of room in between these little blocks and the cork to where you can just push down on it and then it comes right up. Now when you feel these, they actually have a little bit of weight to them. I think the darker pigmented ones, yeah, have a little bit more weight to them, but they definitely feel like, I mean, it feels really nice. They're like really quality and they probably would last you a while. But yeah, I really do like those. And I like the little, if you can get the cork instead of just buying them, you can buy them individually off of like Blix and I think off of the Amazon site. But some of them, like the sanguine here, was out of stock. And so that's why I went ahead and got the full set of the earth tones, is because of the sanguine color being out of stock. And I definitely wanted that color. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna try these out for you guys. Here is my mixed media toned tan paper. Now I'm going to be using the Strathmore, and this is a 6" by 8". It's also the same paper that I am using or have used for the speed painting. I would have liked to have used my other one and tried it out, another paper, but Blix has not sent that to me. Instead, it was supposed to be sent. The first one was damaged, and I paid extra for shipping. And then I talked to Blix, and they said it would be here in 2 days, and that they put in a note and all this kind of stuff. Well, it's been the next week, and I still haven't seen it. So, and I don't even think it's been shipped yet. So, yeah. It really kind of sucks to pay extra on shipping to get it here quick, and then what happens? Yeah, you don't get it here quick. So I should have never paid the extra for the shipping if that were to happen. But you never know what happens, what curveballs life throws at you. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this down. So that way it doesn't move. I just don't want it to move. We can just tape it down on opposite corners here. And then we can go ahead and we're going to list off the colors. So hopefully you can see those colors that I laid out, and we will start with our earth tones. So here's the sanguine. Doesn't take much, and then this is already, these are highly pigmented colors, by the way. So as you can tell, it's almost like putting straight paint on your paper. And then you can take your brush and just kind of overly wet it, and let's just spread that out. Try and get it a little bit faint. Okay. Ochre. I mean, this is really highly pigmented. Like I said, it's very, very opaque. And then the only way to make it translucent is just by adding a lot more water to it to make it more translucent. That's the ochre. Here's the sepia. We're going to go to our brown. Dark brown. And then our carbon black. I mean, that's like ink. It is so pigmented. It is like pure ink. Okay, now we can go on to our primary colors. You can see how those look. And then comes primary. So here is yellow. I mean, it's like super pigmented. Very, very opaque colors. Here's magenta, or they're red. I don't know, kind of looks like pink to me. Maybe it should be a magenta. Maybe they do have a red and a magenta. I wonder if they're two different colors. I don't know. I seen on Amazon that I was looking and I've only seen the one, but who knows? Maybe magenta. Okay, and then the last one is blue. Look at how pigmented these colors are. They are just beautiful. Which is why you see me buy a lot more of the sets. Because I wouldn't just go ahead and do that. I tried out the carbon black. That was the first one I've ever had. And I was so excited about trying it out. When I tried out the carbon black and seeing just how pigmented it was, I was like, oh my gosh. I could just imagine what the other colors would be. So that's why I had to get them, so that way we can try them out. And that's what I was hoping to expect, was these nice pigmented colors, just because of how black this was and how pigmented the black carbon was. It was really, really nice. So there are the colors. And then we're going to go ahead and dry these really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to run it underneath of a hair dryer. Once these are dry, we're going to go back in and try and reactivate these using water and just see how they do when you try and reactivate them. Are they more permanent? Are they really easy to reactivate? So let's go ahead, dry these real quick, and let's test them out. All right, so these have been dried, and now we're going to go through and we're just going to see if we can re-wet and rework these once they're dry. So let's get this blue here, and we're going to start from the bottom. Well, definitely the blue has come up. Now I'm just going to scrub just a little bit on this little corner here and just see how that goes. Also, another thing too, depending on what kind of paper you've got, also can make a difference too. This is a mixed media piece, or at least a mixed media paper, sorry. Definitely reactivated when it got wet. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, oh yeah, look at that. So, yep. These seem to be pretty good with reactivating very easily. Wasn't quite for sure how the primary colors would reactivate. Kind of had an idea though on the earth tones, since I did use those on my speed painting. So I kind of knew what it would do, but I didn't know to what extent on the reactivation. And then here's the same one. There is a harsh line still underneath that I can see out of every one of these, but like I said, I can't really judge it too much on if I can rework that line out or not from whenever it dried because of the paper that I'm working on. So in some instances, if you used actual watercolor paper, those lines actually could rework itself out, or maybe even a different paper could actually rework some of those lines out. So just because it's not, I mean, it's reactivating, but I can kind of see the line underneath of where it had dried previously. Just because I can see that right now doesn't mean that it does that to every single paper you use. It could be that if you pre-wet your paper, especially like a watercolor, and you pre-wet your paper, it might just reactivate what's in those, what's basically absorbed into the paper itself. So that's why I can't really tell you guys if it still leaves a harsh line all the time, or, you know, if it just, you know, it ends up working that out or not. All I can tell you guys is that by using this mixed media paper, I am able to re-wet it and rework it. It's not a water-based ink is what I'm getting at. These are more of a watercolor than a water-based ink pigment. So let's go ahead, let's look at the speed painting that I created with this and kind of go over what I did for that speed painting mixed media piece. So when doing this painting, I just made something really simple, which is 2 mushrooms and some grass. I used my earth tone set, which it was just the ochre and the sanguine brown, dark brown, and carbon black. I didn't have the white, which I would really like to go back and just get the white just itself. So I may end up doing that. But for the meantime, I did use the Caran d'Ache gouache white, and that's how I mix that together with these colors to be able to get lighter tones. I ended up using a spray tint too. I used the spray mixed media by Marabou, the ones that I got out of my I think it was like the art snacks that I ended up ordering those from, and I absolutely love them because I can add like a sprinkle of the cocoa and a sprinkle of the silver to make it nice and shiny. So those are really a lot of fun to use. Also, just as a reminder, I'm going to leave in the description below underneath my Amazon affiliate links of these products that if you're interested in, they will be down below. But here is a close-up. I can just assure you that this was a lot of fun. I am so glad I made the purchase of getting these Art Graf pigment little squares or pigment blocks because they are a lot of fun. They're easy to use. And yeah, they're the beautiful colors, beautiful, vibrant, opaque colors. So all in all, I give this an A+ on how much fun it was to use. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also, if you could please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, share, or leave a comment. Any of those things definitely helps this channel grow. And I guess until next time, bye you guys.